What if everything you believe to be solid, permanent, and external was actually fluid, vibrational, and shaped from within? This isn't just a poetic musing. It's a revelation from the cutting edge of quantum physics. The material world isn't built from unchanging matter. It's built from energy, vibrating at varying frequencies. What we call reality isn't a fixed backdrop we passively witness. It's a living mirror, constantly responding to the frequency of who we are being. The atoms that form your body, your home, your relationships, even your memories, are 99 in an empty space. And within that space, pure vibration, pure potential. The moment you observe, believe, and embody an outcome, emotionally, that potential collapses into form. But here's the catch. Most people have been conditioned to do the opposite. They wait for reality to change so they can finally feel different. They wait for the outer shift before allowing themselves to feel safe, abundant, or loved. That's the trap of third-dimensional thinking, the illusion that the world is happening to you instead of through you. In truth, you are not a bystander. You are the frequency transmitter. You're writing the script with every thought, every feeling, and every expectation you carry. Max Planck, the father of quantum theory, once said, "All matter originates and exists only by virtue of a force." We must assume behind this force the existence of a conscious and intelligent mind. That force isn't somewhere far away. It's within you. You're not simply observing reality, you're broadcasting it into form. Every emotion carries a frequency. Every belief sends a signal. And the quantum field, the invisible ocean of vibrating intelligence, doesn't respond to what you say you want. It responds to what you're radiating as truth. If you feel fear while visualizing abundance, the field reflects fear. If you affirm love while vibrating doubt, the mirror returns doubt. The universe doesn't judge or analyze. It reflects instantly, precisely, and without bias. And this is where the shift begins. We are not here to beg the universe for better outcomes. We are here to remember that we are the source of those outcomes. You've likely felt this before. Moments when everything seemed to fall into place effortlessly, or times when nothing worked despite your best efforts. The difference wasn't the effort. It was your state of being. Your current reality isn't random. It's a perfect vibrational match to the energy you've been broadcasting, consciously or unconsciously. And here's the most liberating truth. You can change it. Not by wrestling with what is, but by shifting the signal you're sending. So the real question becomes, what are you actually transmitting? Not what you're saying, not what you're hoping, but what you're feeling is truth, because that's what writes your reality. When you shift your internal state, the external must follow. Quantum manifestation isn't about magic, it's about alignment. It's about coherence, becoming the signal of what you desire before it arrives. And here's the paradox. The moment you truly embody that signal, you no longer need the thing because you're already experiencing the essence of having it. And then, almost effortlessly, life mirrors it back. This is the foundation of creation. Not force, but frequency. Not desire, but embodiment. Not waiting, but being. The quantum field isn't responding to your potential. It's responding to your presence. And in the next phase, we'll dive into the nature of the mirror itself, because the field isn't testing or punishing you. It's simply reflecting you with perfect precision every single time. If you'd like, I can now rewrite the nectar block of your script, starting from "Let's decode that reflection," so it flows naturally in this same US audience style, while keeping your original meaning intact. Would you like me to do that next? When you hold on to pain, resentment, self-doubt, or unresolved trauma, your frequency becomes fragmented. And a fragmented signal can only produce fragmented results. But when you start clearing that static through presence, awareness, and conscious realignment, your signal sharpens. The reflection changes. Life begins to move differently. Let's make it personal. What have you been noticing in your life lately? Which patterns keep looping? Which situations feel stuck? These are not coincidences, they are mirrors. And until you shift the frequency behind them, they will keep showing up, not to punish you, but to teach you. The universe isn't ignoring you. It's responding to you. The mystics have long said, "As within." Quantum physics calls it entanglement, coherence, and wave collapse. Different words, same truth. Your inner state creates your outer world. So here's the real question. What are you actually emitting right now? Not what you're trying to feel. Not what you're pretending to feel. But what you're truly vibrating into the field. The emotion you return to most often, that becomes your baseline frequency. And that frequency is the command. The field listens to it every single time. You don't need to fix the mirror or fight the reflection. You need to become the one who vibrates a different image. This intelligent, responsive field will always return what you are, not what you wish to be. Your vibration is not a CPI defect of your life, it's the blueprint of it. Bob Proctor said, "You don't get what you want. You get what you are." Right now, you are either commanding your reality through coherence or through confusion. Everything in existence has a frequency. Your thoughts have a frequency. Your emotions have a frequency. Your body is a symphony of vibrations. The dominant frequency you emit becomes the mold that shapes your reality. Think of the quantum field as a canvas, and your vibration as the brush. Most people try to paint over the picture without changing the image at its root. They visualize abundance, while still vibrating affirm love, while vibrating unworthiness. The result? Mixed signals, muddled manifestations, cycles stuck on repeat. Dr. Joe Dispenza explains it this way: your thoughts are the electrical charge you send into the field, and your emotions are the magnetic charge. Together, they form the electromagnetic signature that the field receives as a command. Change the signal, and the field reorganizes. Abraham Hicks puts it simply: you are a vibrational transmitter. You cannot not offer a vibration. So do you shift the command? Not by wishing. Not by begging. Not by repeating affirmations without feeling. You shift it by embodying a new frequency, by thinking the thoughts of your future self, feeling the emotions of that version of you, and behaving in ways that match that vibration. When you do, the field has no spit to respond. It's resonance, like striking a tuning fork. Another fork tuned to the same pitch will vibrate, not because it was forced, but because it recognized its match. The universe works the same way. You don't chase your desires, you resonate with them. When the match is clear, manifestation becomes inevitable. You are always broadcasting through your self-talk, through the energy you bring into a room, through the feelings you nurture or suppress, through the images you run in your mind when no one is watching. Most people wait for life to change so they can feel different. But in the quantum model, you feel different. First, think different. First, act different first. Then, and only then, reality collapses into a new form to match you. Your vibration is the command. The moment you become aware of it, you reclaim your creative power. Start noticing your baseline. Is it stress, rush, and doubt? Or is it calm, clarity, and certainty? One of these is scripting your next experience. Bob Proctor taught that the law of vibration is the primary law, and the law of attraction is secondary, meaning your thoughts and feelings must align in harmony before anything outside of you will shift. So pause. Take a breath. Ask yourself, what am I vibrating right now? That is your command. That is what the field is organizing around. And the beautiful truth, you can change it right here, right now, with a single moment of presence. The quantum field isn't waiting for perfection, only coherence. When your energy becomes clear, your manifestations become real. The field doesn't respond to the mask you wear, your plans, your goals, or even your affirmations unless they are energetically aligned with your true internal state. It listens to who you are in every breath, every thought, every silent moment when no one is watching. That is your broadcast. That is the truth that shapes your reality. We've been taught to focus on doing, but in the quantum world, being precedes doing, and doing creates having. You don't manifest what you practice in front of a mirror. You manifest what you rehearse in your vibration. The field doesn't operate in space and time the way you think. It doesn't judge or reward, it simply reflects. And it reflects your state of consciousness in every single moment. Reality is both mirror and canvas, and you are the painter and the reflection at once. Neuroscience and quantum physics show that when you repeat a thought and charge it with emotion, your brain begins to wire that identity into being. Joe Dispenza calls this rehearsing the future, when your mind and heart are aligned in thought, emotion, and presence. The field receives a coherent signal. That coherence is what collapses new realities into form. Here's the part most people miss. The field doesn't wait for your outer world to align first. It tunes to who you are being right now. The life you're living is the direct result of the energy you've been embodying consistently. Doubt generates uncertainty. Fear generates resistance. But coherence, even for a few seconds, starts to bend reality. Perfection isn't required. Conscious awareness is. The field isn't watching what you do. It's listening to your frequency. Bob Proctor once said, your results reflect your level of awareness, and that awareness is vibrational, not just mental. It's how much of your true self you allow to flow without resistance. Ask yourself, am I being the version of me who already lives the life I desire? That's not just a mental question. It's an energetic one. Sit with it. Feel into it, and you'll see where you're aligned and where you're not. Self-sabotage rarely looks like chaos. It's hesitation. It's the quiet, I'm not ready yet. The field hears that, not as words, but as vibration, and responds accordingly. Greg Braden teaches that the field molds itself around human emotion, not just the surface feeling, but the hidden beliefs, inherited programs and trauma imprints beneath it. These too have a frequency. The good news? Just as you've created unconsciously, you can recreate consciously. That's why presence matters so much. Presence isn't passivity, it's precision. In presence, you stop broadcasting yesterday's fears or tomorrow's worries. You become a clean signal, and the field responds to now, because now is all it needs. Think of yourself as a tuning fork. If you vibrate fear, the field echoes fear back through people, events, and come. If you vibrate love, peace, and worthiness, the field reflects that identity. Conversations shift. Opportunities open. The right people appear, not because you forced them, but because the field knows who you're being. You can't fake it. You can't trick it. You can only embody it. That's the invitation. Stop waiting, start being. Not from pretending, but from truth. Place your hand on your heart and ask, what energy am I rehearsing right now? The quantum field isn't listening to your voice. It's reading your vibration and mirroring it back. There comes a point where you realize visualization alone isn't enough. Affirmations alone aren't enough. Wanting something deeply is still not enough. The quantum field doesn't respond to longing, responds to embodiment. This is where the shift happens, when you stop waiting and start becoming. Align. This is the frequency work. It's the shift from seeker to transmitter. Alignment isn't about reaching for your dream, it's about creating the space inside you for your dream to find you. It begins with stillness, with self-awareness, with matching your inner dialogue to your highest potential. Bob Proctor taught, see yourself with the good you desire. If you can hold it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. Rehearse. Just like an athlete trains before the championship, your soul doesn't wait for the breakthrough to prepare. Joe Dispenza calls it emotional familiarization, flooding your system with the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Neuroscience shows your brain can't tell the difference between a vividly imagined event and a real one. When you rehearse your future, your chemistry changes, your heart rhythms shift, and your electromagnetic field starts broadcasting your future self. Become. This is the turning point. Becoming means shedding the outdated identities that no longer fits. It means no longer negotiating with fear, postponing joy, or seeking permission to rise. Becoming isn't pretending, it's remembering. You're stepping into the blueprint that has always been in you. Before the doubts, before the wounds, before the stories. You become the one who is already aligned, already resourced, already worthy. And that changes everything. Everything in the quantum field reflects who you are, being not what you hope for, not what you visualize once in a while, but who you are in your breath, your choices, and your presence. Becoming isn't just a mindset shift, it's an energetic command. Neville Goddard said it best, assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Not to trick the universe, but because that's its language. Feeling is the frequency, and frequency is the field. Pause for a moment. Breathe. Imagine yourself as the version of you who already lives the reality you seek. How do they look? Speak? Think? What do they refuse to entertain? And what do they fully embrace? What boundaries do they honor? What energy do they radiate? Here's the key. Don't wait to become that version. Start now. Not by forcing change, but by allowing a deeper truth to surface. You already are them. You're not waiting for a quantum shift. You are the shift. Let this be your initiation. Keep it simple but powerful. Align. Rehearse. Become. Drop into your body. Close your eyes. And feel the reality that's not out there, but already alive within you. And if this stirs something deep, anchor it. Say out loud or write, I am the shift. The field is always listening, and your next reality is waiting for the vibration of who you choose to be now. There is a frequency within you, silent, timeless, and unwavering, that doesn't need to hope for change. It is the change. It doesn't come from desperation, but from remembrance. This is the vibration that creates what others call miracles. Not because the laws of the universe are broken, but because they are finally understood. This frequency doesn't shout through affirmations or push for results. It whispers in coherence. It breathes in stillness. It moves through surrender. Most people never touch it, not because it's hidden, but because they're too busy searching outside for what only exists inside. Manifestation isn't something you force, it's something you allow. The quantum field doesn't respond to effort. It responds to alignment. When you enter this frequency, your nervous system settles. Your breath slows. Urgency dissolves. You stop trying to prove yourself to the universe because you've remembered. You are Zyever. You're not hoping for the future. You're bringing it into the now. This is what spiritual masters have always pointed to. The field mirrors the state of your being. It's not about what you do. It's about who you're doing it from. So reflect. How would your life change if you stopped chasing and started resonating? What would happen if you stopped waiting to feel safe, worthy, or ready and simply chose to be it? This is where miracles live. They don't arrive through hustle. They arise through harmonic coherence. Research from the HeartMath Institute shows that when your heart and brain sustain emotional alignment, gratitude, love, presence, your electromagnetic field expands. It becomes coherent. It becomes magnetic. This isn't mysticism, it's measurable. And it confirms what mystics have always known: your frequency is your future. When you release resistance, live from vision instead of memory, and embody your highest coherence, life transforms. You're not asking the field to bring you something. You're becoming the vibration that draws it, naturally. Neville Goddard said, "You are already that which you want to be." The only reason you don't see it is because you refuse to believe it. So what is the frequency that creates miracles? It's you when you stop waiting. It's you when you stop doubting. It's you when you stop negotiating with fear and remember who you are. The universe is not just a mirror, it's a witness. It responds not to what you say, but to what you mean. Right now, you can mean something new. You can send a vibration that says, I am the one who creates. I am the one who is aligned. I am the one who remembers. No forcing, no waiting. Just breathe and let the field respond. Because when you enter this frequency, reality shifts, not from magic, but from resonance. And the moment you declare, I am the shift, the field already knows.